So we'll give it a minute, let some people get up in this thing, and we're gonna do a read and reaction, basically a video reaction to my boy Big Neely pregame show and their video of get to know Cameron Silmon Craig, the safety for Colorado Buffs coming over from the Jackson State Tigers, played for Coach Prime and at the Truth School back in Texas. So very well known with Coach Prime and Shador Sanders and the family. He's pretty much like family, Cameron Silmon Craig is. So we're gonna check out the video that the pregame show posted. Make sure y'all follow the pregame show and Big Neely, the big uncle, the big brother, the big OG as them call him. Shouts out to him for always being down and showing love. And what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to react to this. And I'm just going to, like I said, this is my first time seeing it. Just like I'm going to watch it with you, you're going to watch it with me. We can have a little watch party right quick. We can watch it together. And I'll let you guys know what I think in real time. You feel me? Real time. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to watch it along with you right here. All right. Go ahead and do it like this right here. Let's get it. Can you hear that? Let me make sure I turn it up.
Y'all don't know y'all like them Cali guys, man.
All right. 85? What are you talking about, 85? Oh, no, that's what he weighs. How much you weigh, 185. Can y'all hear that? It says
Y'all know y'all like them
185.
Cali guys.
185. Make sure you hit me up in the comments, in the chats right there. Last thing we were talking about was Bronny James. The video is in there too. So here we go. What Craig said.
I love them boys from the West Coast, man.
I love them boys from the West Coast, man. Which Colorado got a lot of. And Colorado's technically what? Midwest, West Coast?
Feeling good in Nike, man.
Feeling
Nike
good in
real
Nike.
good on me, dog.
The Nikes feel good on them. You know, they had Under Armour last year. No slight at Under Armour, but you know, a lot of people love Nike, grew up on Nike. Slusher right here. Shout out to Slusher coming over from Arkansas. A lot of people been down on him so far since they saw him in the one-on-ones, get beat in one-on-ones, but it happens, man. One-on-ones is one of those things where you get beat sometimes and you win sometimes, but you know, it's one-on-one and you're trying to guard a wide receiver coming at you full speed. You know, it can be done. Yeah, the best can do it, but it's not an easy thing for a tackling downhill safety like Slusher, I think, will prove to be.
Man, and I'm gonna keep showing them on back. That's just the beginning. Tigers, man. They had people for all come up in the show today. Why I should have been all.
He said he's gonna show them today why he should have been all conference. He didn't make all conference Jackson State. I think he made like second team or something when he should have been first team all conference. Especially that first year where he really balled out his freshman year. As a freshman, wearing that number 12. He came over really making some plays in the backfield, making plays in the passing game. Will he start at Colorado? A lot of people been debating that. A lot of people been pretty much trying to judge him from that one stiff arm that he got in that Celebration Bowl game. You know.
Talk to me. 6-footer. Dunk on your whole set.
6-footer dunk on your whole set.
So how's Colorado been treating you, man?
Colorado has been lovely, man. It's been a whole lot of hospitality. It's been.
You gotta love that. You gotta love the fact that they're loving their time in Colorado, the hospitality, the food, the environment, the weather, everything that they're loving right now. Hope they don't get too discouraged by by people or just looking at the snow or whatever. Don't get too discouraged about the snow. It's not a huge thing. It doesn't even snow out there all the time. It's just a figure that a lot of people think, you know, just by, you know, the image of it. But here we go. Let's go back to Cameron Silmon Craig, man.
Different though, but from the south, coming from the south, but it's been amazing people.
Different coming from the south, but still.
And how much are you looking forward to practice and in the spring game?
Oh man, I'm just I'm happy. I'm ready to show these guys how we get down. Man. You know, it's different. It's a different level of competition here, but we come with a different level of work.
Shout out to Coach Dancing, DB's coach, along with Coach Kelly.
There was a spirited debate about Jackson State would have beat Colorado last year.
Big question. That's going to be the topic. Look at Cam's face. That's the question. With Jackson State last year, would they have beaten Colorado if Colorado was on the schedule? Who? From what I've seen from the Colorado team last year, oh man, this is a huge debate, could be. And I'm glad that Craig's face is like this, Cam's face is like this. And look at Laura's face back there too. She's like, oh snap, did you just ask that question in here? And he like, did you just ask that in here with these guys in here? Because you know what I'm going to say. What are you going to say? Nah, they would have beat us. Hell no, he ain't going to say that. He really asked that question. Hey, Neely, you play games, Neely. You know what you're doing, Neely. Neely starts some trouble. But nah, seriously though, you got to know that Cam is going to say himself that they're going to win. Let's see what he actually says right here.
No doubt in my mind.
No doubt in my mind. What? That they definitely would win. Yes, sir. He's the one safety that you can say will start. Okay. He's saying, all right. Dre said, yeah. Let me see what y'all say in the chat. Y'all think that Cam and Jackson State would have beaten Colorado last year? Me personally, from what I've seen on film, and I saw a lot of Jackson State and a little bit of Colorado on film, it would have been a tough game, but quarterback play and those athletes probably would have made the difference. But it could have looked a lot like the South Carolina game, that Celebration Bowl, because I think although they wasn't able to really run in the Pac-12, I still think Colorado's line, offensive and defensive, overall was a little bit more superior than Jackson State's. Now, when you go to the skill positions, overall, you got to get at the Jackson State from the DBs. And I know some people at Colorado going crazy on me right now, but Jackson State's DBs, and you see Bowden just ran a 4.31, 6'2", came over from Florida State to Jackson State. He just made himself some money. But that team going head up the SWAC champions versus a 1-11 Pac-12 Power 5 school team. Would Jackson State beat them? Great question. Last year, I think it would have been a close game, but I think Jackson State would have pulled it out. If Colorado don't just try to run the ball down their throat and you know, and that's still iffy. So that's in the air with the guys that Jackson State had last year. If everybody was there, unlike the bowl game, if everybody was there, Jackson State would have beat them. And watch the Cam will say, no doubt in my mind that we would have beat them. Watch them.
We would have whooped on Colorado last year.
He said it. El Hombre Negro said Jackson State wouldn't beat Colorado team last year. Okay. No, sir. JSU D-line was better than CU D-line, and their linebackers were better too. Ooh, I know. Yeah, Jackson State linebackers were better. I say the D-line was in the air. I say the D-line man for man, going against the competition they went against, Jackson State D-line in the middle, in the trenches, Evans and them, and Williams, they should have been a lot better, I felt, versus them. Now, if you put that same D-line Jackson State in the Pac-12 last year, I think they would have gotten ran over just as much as Colorado did. Now, you put that Colorado D-line in the SWAC, I think they would have done probably just as well as, you know, they still would have been conference champions. I think they would have done the job that the Jackson State D-line did at Jackson State. So, we got two different opinions here. People saying yeah, people saying no, because of this and because of that. But I will say, if I had to put my money on it, if I had to put my money on it, that's a different thing. My heart would say Jackson State, but if I had to put my money on it, that team, Colorado team, should, you know, just overall being a Power 5 school, having as much depth as they should have had, although they were at the bottom of the barrel. last year, Pac-12 and Power 5 included. From the talent I've seen at HBCUs and the talent I've seen at Power 5s, honestly, probably Colorado would have lost. I'm sorry, dog. They would have lost. They would have lost. I don't care about no HBCU. You saying that they're at this school or that school because of this or because of that. They would have lost if they would have played them last year. 1-11 in the Pac-12. Looking at the personnel that they had versus the personnel that Jackson State had, and the players individually, and the coaching staff, and the quarterback play especially, and the linebackers, Jackson State would have pulled that out somehow, some way. Keep calling me a funky and like every single day.
Work, man. Do what we gotta do.
Straight up.
Here there was a spirited debate about Jackson State would have beat Colorado last year.
No doubt in my mind, we would have whooped on Colorado last year.
Straight up.
No
You better say
disrespect,
that.
but we had them guys.
No
in
disrespect.
Jackstown, though.
Straight
No
up.
doubt.
And a lot of those guys are here now.
Yeah. I mean, we come here for a reason. We didn't come here, you know what I'm saying, just out of love of Coach Prime. We come here to, you know what I'm saying, dominate how we've been doing. Ain't nothing changed but the address.
I like that. We ain't come in just for Coach Prime. We came here to dominate like we've been doing. Ain't nothing changed but the address. No, sir, them boys was lazy and couldn't tackle at all. Nobody from that defense is behind. I can't see. Nobody from that defense is something. But Nico Reed and maybe Woods would start for me. I got to see more of Woods. I haven't seen a lot of Woods on tape. But overall, I can't just. Jackson State had some dogs last year. I don't care what level you talking about. They had some dogs, certified dogs last year. Coach Prime could have brought more. I think he would have brought more. And there were some guys that he could have brought, but didn't because of their grades. Trust me. Shout out to Malachi Wideman. He could have been one of them dogs that's at that's at Colorado right now. I think. Straight up. Colorado team last season was playing way different teams than Jackson State were. Yeah, but we talking about the team, though. I'm talking about the team. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the team, the roster that they had. I don't care. They the teams that they played, probably wasn't on par. But I'm talking about from personal experience, from seeing players at these schools versus that schools. And, man, trust me, I've seen some D1 players that wasn't supposed to be there. I've seen some D1 players, and Coach Prime have seen some D1 players at Colorado at spring practice right now that is not supposed to be there. And I'll guarantee they won't be there, come after this spring game, come May. Watch. And you saying Dre said all CU quarterbacks was trash. How you gonna win a game without the quarterback? And then you had Jackson State, #1 defense in the nation last. Nah, you even convincing me even more now. Jackson State would have put a spanking on that ass probably, especially from the defense to the offensive side. Only thing I would say Colorado really had going for them was that running game. The running backs wasn't terrible last year. I don't think they got athletic ability. Smith got ability. Hankerson got ability. You feel me? And you got a big line with a nice center and so on. You can do some things in the HBCU land and in the SWAC and stuff. So that's why I'm giving them a chance. And being that they're a Power 5 school, they should have superior athletes. You dig? But other than that, let's get back to this is supposed to be a reaction to the video, not a rant. Here we go. Shouts out to Laura doing her thing with the
Straps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Straps.
Make sure y'all share this, like this.
3
Had
DBs.
2
We got 10. We just doing the same thing, but with that.
MLC and Tyson. 2 wide receivers, MLC and Tyson, yeah. And Tanner Lamonius Craig.
But you know one thing about the weather, man, it changed so fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it'll be cold and
Weather
be hot
changed so
same day.
fast
Oh,
up there.
definitely. Like this week, just say it's been 60 all week. And it snowed yesterday night. Woke up this morning, it was 60. I was like, but yeah, the weather is crazy.
The weather is crazy. I can't wait to get there to experience that.
You know, one of the things back at Jack State, your playing days there, you kind of had a chip on your shoulder because a lot of times the conference snubbed you on some recognitions that we all know you deserve.
Yeah, definitely.
Straight up. The boy balled out of Jack State. We already said that, though. El Hombre Negro. My nigga. Manegarone. Colorado team last season, I missed that one. Some out of Power 5 school. They running back was good. Love Deion Smith and Hankerson. Yeah, well, for sure. From what I saw, that's just from seeing them on film on a few plays, or a few games. Not a few plays, a few games last year. So here
How do
goes
you
Silmon Craig
bring
once
that chip
again.
with you, like to prove this is where you're supposed to be and you can compete at this level?
That chip been there for a long time. Like, that chip is stale. That chip got stale by now. So that chip is just who I am. You know what I'm
We
saying?
got out of Jacksonville with a big victory over Bethune. How'd it feel?
You heard the name of the city, right? Jacksonville. We just came and did we do, man. Took over the city for the.
That was when they went
It was
to
fun.
Duval.
It was time for us to dominate the game. We felt like we had not been dominating how we supposed to, so it was fun to get back to domination.
They got a little spark, or we let off the gas defensively in the second half. Is that something you guys want to work on to make sure we play 4 quarters of a dominant game?
Now, definitely, because like Coach Prime, I always preach domination. Like we can't just be dominant. Sometimes we gotta be dominant all the time, and that's how we got an all the time dominant coach. So we just trying to just who I am. You know what I'm saying? Just who I go by. I still
Lead by
find
example.
anything to motivate me. It's hatred everywhere. It's hatred in anything you find. So it's always motivation factor to me. I'm always gonna be a person that is extra motivated.
You know, that's one of the things.
I think he could definitely start at Colorado. I think he's gonna be one of those guys. He might not come out on the field first.
Yeah, definitely.
For Colorado, they might go to one of those safeties from last year.
Like, how do you hit that?
Maybe even Wood,
It's just-
Slusher,
it's just
or
something you love to do,
Tyron,
man.
or
Like,
one of those guys from
It's
last
just
year.
when I can go out there and
Before
be who I
Cam,
wanna
for
be,
whatever
do what I
reason.
wanna do, you know what I'm saying?
And then he's gonna
Walk
come
around
in.
silly,
Whenever he
might
come
sleep,
in,
might
they
be
gonna never
quiet,
be able to
might
take him out
feel
because he's
like
gonna ball.
that's who I am for real. You know what I'm saying? So
They wouldn't win
easy to come out.
1-11 last season. They
How
played
excited are
Jackson
you
State.
about this level playing in Power 5?
No, they wouldn't win
I'm
1-11
ready
last year if they
for it.
played
I'm
in
ready
the
to show
SWAC.
people
Definitely
it's
wouldn't.
not that big. Like I'm still on that type time. Like
They wouldn't have
people-
ran the SWAC
everybody,
though.
You know what I'm saying? Going against us right now because they saying
What
he
depth,
bring all
man?
these
Jackson
players
State had
from
the
Jackson,
best
thinking
defense
they
in the
gonna do the same,
country.
but we about to show them like it's the same
Bro,
thing.
not the FCS
Just
and the
different
football,
address.
but yeah.
Different address, still something to prove.
Exactly.
Still
That's what I'm
something
saying. They had the best defense in
Talk
the
about that spring
country,
game.
the nation, the world, Craig.
The only one.
Anybody taking stats, they were the best defense.
ESPN, not
And
ESPN Ocho,
know,
ESPN
defense
U,
travels,
but like
usually.
the big station, like the only one.
Yeah, we the show, man. Like it's expected. Like when stuff happen to people, they like act like they don't expect it. We expect to be great. We expect for people to want to see us.
we
You know,
expect
so
to
everywhere
be
we
great.
go,
We expect
we
for
sell
people to
out here.
want to see
We
us. I
put
like
put on
that.
a show here. So I mean,
That's showing that
we
growth
expect
right
it,
there.
It's
You
not,
dig?
it's not a surprise to us as much as it is to the world.
What can the Buffalo fans expect when they see Cam play?
They can expect a dog. They can expect a guy.
A dog,
that's
he
gonna be
said
wild
it.
and all over the field. They're gonna try to make every play of the game. They can expect a guy that's gonna play with passion, and they can expect a dog, man. A dog.
And that's the key thing. You can't measure that man heart. He plays with heart, and that's the thing. One of the teams. You want that guy who plays with that passion and emotion.
We didn't have Band-Aids.
Those intangibles.
We had dirt. You just put
Put
dirt
some water
over
on
it.
that.
You just put your water, dirt all on you, and you just keep going.
Maybe not.
That's why I used to tell my players, put dirt on it, man, keep it going. Cam and Shiloh with Slusher would be the day one starter. I like that. I hope Shiloh can really come in and be on point, man. Shiloh, I'm still questioning you now. But I questioned you last year. You came on the ball coming off an injury. Colorado team last season would not have went 1-11 if they played Jackson State in the SWAC. Once again, my dog El Negro said this. Like I said, I don't think they would have went 1-11 with some of the teams in the SWAC. Of course, you know, like Mississippi Valleys, Bethune-Cookman, they would have beat. But they would have had a time versus FAMU. They would have had a time versus Grambling, time versus Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Texas Southern. They still playing football, coach. And a lot of these guys at HBCUs just might not have the grades. I didn't say the athletic ability. I said the grades or the connections or the film. You feel me? And so that makes it thin. You know what I mean? Here and there. So the amount of good players are not as high as it is at a Power 5 school, so to speak. So that's why that difference is there. You got some five-star caliber players at HBCUs. It's just not as many as there are at the Power 5 schools.
Right now, I know he's going back. Because he's so deep.
Yeah, Shallow is a dog now.
Always favor speed. Don't worry about the first time I was right there.
That was the first year right there.
Favor the trip.
From DT.
How does it feel? You're able to get the Tigers' first interception of the season.
Deep pregame show on the sideline.
Get in this Alabama, you know what I'm saying? We back at home. First week of college, it feel good.
Hey, Cam, I think you need to cut your dreads shorter, too, because them longer dreads in football, they kind of hold you down a little bit. So you should cut them to that length where it's right up under your hair. I just cut mine not too long ago, but you should cut them to that length right here. Trust me, you'll feel better.
Hey, we're going to say this every week. We fly around, do what we got to do, man. Do our job and show them that they can miss it every week.
Go Tigers.
The Tigers.
I'm beginning to think this DB Nation ain't no cap. There's some truth to it.
Hey, man, you know, once you start catching people, they get contagious around the whole defense. So everybody kept Miles getting out.
So just in case you guys are wondering, Colorado Buff Nation out there, you guys still with me, hit the like button, let me know you're here. But also, if you're wondering, what is Neely going to be doing? This is what Big Neely going to be doing. This is what he's going to be bringing to Colorado that I haven't seen that was there. Shout out to Buff Nation, all people that's been there before. But I haven't seen in-game interviews like Big Neely had access to do and the pregame show had access to do. So if they have the same access and they do the same thing in Colorado, that's going to be dope. And the crowd is going to be going crazy up in that thing. Can you imagine that, man? Just like it was in the vet with 60,000, going to be the same thing with 50 plus 1,060, right around the same type and crazy atmosphere in Boulder. Shout out to Cameron Silmon.
So it's contagious, so we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Projected starter.
Keep coming to practice, working hard, and it show up in the games.
Ain't no vaccine for it.
Ain't no vaccine for it, but we're pulling that card all season.
Ain't no vaccine for it, but we're pulling that card all season.
Go Tigers.
You about it. And say you about it. I represent. What the hell is that? Third Ward, Cali, all right, so we're about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Appreciate you rocking with me. And let me know what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.